Welcome! Today we're going to solve one of the biggest small puzzles in English grammar. We're talking about that tiny but oh so tricky word, the. Specifically, when do we just not use it?
All right, let's dive right in. It's a problem pretty much every English learner runs into. I mean, the is just 3 little letters, right? But knowing when to leave it out is one of the key secrets to sounding way more natural when you speak.
So, first up, let's unpack what I'm calling the puzzle. We're going to look at why this super simple word can actually be so confusing. And honestly, it all comes down to one thing.
Okay, so here it is, the crucial point. English uses the to signal that we're talking about one specific thing. The whole game, really, is knowing the difference. Are you talking about the dog that lives next door, or are you talking about dogs in general as a type of animal? That's the puzzle.
But hey, don't worry, you're not going to have to memorize a giant list of crazy exceptions. In this next part, we've got a simple golden rule that's going to help you get this right almost every single time.
This is it. This is the key idea for today. I want you to think of the like it's a spotlight. It shines a bright light on one specific, particular thing. If you're just talking about stuff in general, well, you don't need a spotlight for that, right? You just leave it off.
Let's see this rule in action. So on the left, we're talking in general. Elephants, that means all elephants everywhere. So no the. But look at the right. We're pointing to a specific person. Look at the boy. See how that works? The spotlight is on him.
Okay, so now that we've got the golden rule down, let's explore 3 really common situations where you should just avoid using the. You can think of these as your official no-the zones.
Our golden rule is especially important for this one. When you're talking about groups of things, like, say, books, or things you can't really count, like music or water, if you mean them in general, just leave the out of it.
And this shows the difference perfectly. On the left, computers means, all computers in general. And music just means music as a concept. But on the right, now we're talking about the one specific computer in my office and this specific music from that one party. The spotlight is definitely on.
And you know what? The exact same rule applies to ideas, things you can't touch. When you're talking about big concepts like love or happiness as a whole, you don't need the.
See? The pattern just keeps going. On the left, trust and education are these big, general, abstract ideas. But on the right, we're zooming in. We're talking about the specific trust needed for a particular deal, or the specific education I got from one school. It's always about general versus specific.
Now this one is a biggie, especially for travelers or just for everyday conversation. Here's the deal. For most place names, the name itself is already specific enough, so you don't need to add the on top of it.
For example, we just say she lives in France, not the France, or he is from London. These names are already treated as being totally specific all by themselves, so adding the just sounds a little off.
Okay, it is time to test your new knowledge. Let's do a quick, simple check. No pressure, you're going to do great.
Okay, think about it for a second. Are we talking about all cats everywhere in general? Or are we talking about some specific cats you can see right now? Just apply that golden rule. That's it. No the. Why? Because we're making a general statement about all cats. Simple as that. All right, next one. Remember our rule for most city and country names? What do you think for this one? Exactly. The name Paris is already as specific as it gets. No the needed. See? You've totally got this. So let's wrap this all up and turn this one simple rule into your new grammar superpower. So the main thing to take away is this constant balancing act between general and specific. Getting the hang of this one idea is going to make your English sound so much more natural and confident. It's one of those small changes that, believe me, makes a huge difference.
If you only remember one thing from today, please make it this little phrase. Anytime you're feeling unsure, just ask yourself, am I speaking in general terms here? If the answer is yes, then you probably don't need the.
By breaking down these tricky little parts of grammar one by one, you can build your confidence and fluency step by step. Keep practicing, and thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.